I don't give a fuck.
Speaking of canceling things, though, Twitch.tv, where I stream sometimes and where you streamed for 2 days.
No, I'm going to come back, but I'm only going to do it music-based. I'm not going to play video games. This shit's too hard.
Different story, different time.
Yeah.
But on Twitch.tv, there it was an AI generated. So I wanted to talk to you about this as well because this is a very interesting topic. AI is kind of in the beginning. All right, so people are, like AI is already doing its thing in certain places. Like there's fucking military places that have the security dogs.
Okay.
AI,
the robot dog.
the one that's on its all fours.
Squint, 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 squint. Those dogs,
The mini mall where I went today, there's a fucking security robot that just rolls around like, I hope you have a nice day.
Wait, what the fuck? Where's this? Yonkers?
In Yonkers, yeah. And like I looking at it though, you're like, I know there's one person that goes, I'm gonna fucking fuck that little thing up.
Yeah,
like
dude.
for no reason.
I'll put hands. Can you go to jail? Wait,
Because it's just going around like this. Yeah, you can. It's a. I think
Is
it's
it a federal offense to
I
fuck
think
a
if it's like
robot
a
up?
security guard. Yeah, that's why no one fucks them up because you'll get fucking time for it. And it's
Damn.
recording everything and being sent back to a base. So you're fucked if you get caught.
imagine though, it's like square up, bitch.
But also, what are you gonna do? Yeah, but imagine someone just like, someone runs it, grabs it, and it's like, oh no, it's like takes it to its car and drives off with it.
Stop resisting.
'Cause
Stop
I-
resisting.
It's probably a shit ton of money.
Hell yeah.
But so there's this AI generated Twitch channel on Twitch called Watch Me Forever, and it was made by these guys called Nothing Forever or something like that.
Okay.
And it's essentially it uses Chat GPT kind of technology to
What is that exactly?
So Chat GPT is it's a program that it basically it uses like a deep learning technique called like transformer architecture. And what it
Okay.
does is it sifts through several terabytes of data
Okay.
and generates, and out of that data it'll generate, out of 1 billion words, it'll come up with responses to questions or prompts.
Okay, so it's kind of like, because I'm stupid, you're a lot smarter than me when it comes to tech things. So it's kind of like when Johnny Five in Short Circuit would read those books really fast. Kind of.
Like in a way, yeah, it's like it needs more, but it needs more words.
More input.
It needs more. So it basically it generates a bunch of words. It's generative media. Like it's
Got it.
This is gonna be like the future. This is what's so fucking scary about it though. Is
So
that
it
you
can
can
actually-
use ChatGPT to write a movie. You can use ChatGPT to write a song. But the thing that people are scared about is like generative media can basically be like perpetual. Like in the future, you could possibly see Netflix. It's like if you make a fucking robot that's subservient to you,
Oh yeah.
that all it's gonna do is just obey everything you say. You could have a Netflix show that runs for hundreds of years and it's one season.
That's kind of cool.
Like there won't be different seasons because you need seasons because actors take breaks.
Yeah.
You need to do all this shit. This will be like fucking like worse than, this will be like scarier than like sweatshop shit.
Yeah, so like
and they don't
all
have to pay
entertainment.
anybody. They
Yeah.
just pay for the code.
That's what I was gonna say. They're just
Netflix
gonna
will
be able to
probably
do
play
it.
the coders. So the reason that it's just scary is like
That's
this will take
bizarre.
people's jobs. You could hire it as an assistant to send out emails. But so this show on
What's
Twitch,
it called again?
Watch Me Forever, but it's not up
No,
anymore.
not that. The actual
Chat GPT.
Chat
GPT.
GPT.
It's all one word, I think.
So I can actually do this. I'm gonna make this write my set for tomorrow. Imagine
Yeah,
that I was
you
like,
could put in
write a comedy set.
So you can put in a bunch of things. So, so this Twitch channel was using this kind of like code. These guys called Nothing Forever.
Okay.
But it was based off of 90s sitcoms, like the Seinfeld show.
Okay.
And it was running on Twitch for 2 days, and it blew up. It had like 50,000 viewers. It had like 200,000 followers in like 2 days, which is hard on Twitch to do.
Yeah, dude, that's like impossible.
So basically, what happened was they were letting this thing run, and it would just say random shit. It was like cute apartment conversations. It was like, "Hello, Larry. I heard a ice cream store was starting down the street," and they're just like, "Oh, on Thompson Drive," and they're like, "Yeah, Thompson Drive." "Oh wow, my uncle lived there," and then a laugh track would go off. It's
Oh,
not,
they had a studio audience built into it?
Like no, they just had a fake laugh track go off.
Oh,
it was
okay.
it was like timed to happen in while this thing was going off, this AI, and it's basically just generating. It's taking stuff from like old '90s sitcoms, but mostly like Seinfeld and shit like that.
Wow, that's amazing.
So basically, it was just going off on its own, and people were watching this. People were like obsessed with this shit. But it wasn't meant to be. It wasn't really funny. It was just awkward. It did the whole thing. Like they're in the apartment, they talk, and there's actually a scene that I recorded. Here's an example of it where where it starts to ask weird ass questions because it's a fucking robot and it's learning live. So while it's like learning and generating all these things, it starts. So this is one part where it asks questions. So while they're asking it though, it shows you an animated little thing, and like they start drifting off and breaking. It's fucking hilarious. Like their bodies start breaking and shit. Like when they go onto couches, their bodies like break they lay down funny. And this is one of the conversations about death that it randomly had.
Larry, do you think when we die, that's it? Or do you think there might be something else after this life?
Also, at one point, the microwaves, they put food in the microwave and it goes off while it gets serious. It's hilarious. Watch.
Well, Fred, I'm more of a scientist than a philosopher, so I can't say for sure. But if I had to guess, there's probably something more out there. We don't really know what happens when we die, but it's comforting to think that life doesn't just end with death. Maybe we become a part of something bigger, or maybe our souls go on to find peace and solace in a better place. Who knows? All I'm sure of is that death is just the beginning of something even more mysterious and wonderful. So if anything, I think that means life is even more precious and worth living to the fullest.
What the fuck is George doing? That's George, right?
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on the afterlife?
Holy shit, it looks just like Seinfeld's apartment.
So it does weird random laugh tracks like that. So they let it do its thing for a while, and I'm sure these guys are there, but they're not watching all of it.
Yeah.
So
Can't watch it all the time.
So you know when in Seinfeld they go from the apartment thing to him joking at a club?
Oh yeah, to Jerry's stand-up
So
sets.
this is the thing that happens too. So it's standing there and it's doing the joke, and it goes, "There's only like 50 people here tonight, and no one's laughing. So I was thinking about doing jokes, but I don't know if I'm going to do them." And it just goes off and just goes like, I was going to do a joke about transgendered being a mental illness. Out of nowhere, bro. It just starts going rogue. It must have found like the Jordan Peele, like alt-right part of Chat GPT.
Yeah.
And it just started generating all these things. But the thing is that it's trying to learn. But the thing is while it's learning, it doesn't know social cues or anything like that.
It's taking in that data.
It's taking in that data and it's spitting it out loud. And they got fucking banned for 2 weeks.
Oh god, that's not good.
Twitch was like all about it. They were like showing love to it. And then 2 days later, this fucking piece of shit thing goes fucking rogue. But it doesn't know because it's AI.
I know, but AI could even get canceled. That's crazy. They canceled AI.
They canceled AI, but this is why it's scary. Like you don't know, like it's a tool essentially, right?
Yeah.
Now, and tools are important, but you know, a hammer can be used to either bash someone's skulls in 50 fucking times, or you can use it to build. You know.
That's kind of scary though. If you really think about the actual, like, a lot of people are going to lose jobs to AI, like in creative spaces. Yeah. Creative spaces used to be like the safest place. Yeah. Now it's like it's done.
Well, also the thing that's crazy is like
that's scary.
The thing about AI right now is now we're kind of tickling the tip of the penis of like singularity, which is which is the moment when technology gets to a point where it's irreversible. And you remember iRobot when she's like, "But you programmed me to do this."
Yes.
Like to wipe out the threat. And when she finds out the threat's human, she only goes by subservient orders. So she does what they say. That's like the moment of singularity.
See, what I always worried about with AI is, so like I always ask this question too, right? Is AI going to get to a point where, like, you know, like you see like guys like marrying like blow up dolls and shit, and then they made like that movie Lars and the Real Girl, right?
Yeah.
Like, do you think it will ever like kind of reach a point where like they'll have a full AI wife? Like she's a real woman, but she just runs off like AI.
I think that exists in certain countries already or certain places. Not mainstream wise, but I mean, it definitely is a thing in some places. It's fucking weird.
That's what I'm the most scared of. The thing I am most scared of is reaching a point where like a dude will literally have a housewife that like you can interact with, like and like comes and like cooks dinner and like comes in and like, so Danny, how was your day? And like I'm supposed to act like this is normal.
Yeah, but what if it's fucking dope though? What if it's like, did you see Chad Dravius go for 40 yards the other day?
That would
and you're
be
like,
cool.
yeah, and then you're like,
Yeah.
yo, this bitch is kind of cool, man.
Yeah, no. If you could program like program her to like sports,
Dude, that's what I'm saying.
and like take pictures of you and shit, like have her own Instagram.
Yeah,
That'd be crazy.
But then you're like, so there's gonna be some people that's gonna be like, yeah, but what was it like when you just love somebody for them and shit? But imagine there's robots that just throw it back and contort that dong, and they fucking just look incredibly. I mean, look how close we are with that one chick that has like half her brain showing. That fucking Sophie robot.
Oh yeah, and they do know how to do you so nice if you really think about it.
Dude, they'll be able to fucking thrust at crazy velocities. Like fucking interdimensional fucking thrusting.
Like I think once we get to the point where like it doesn't sound like
yeah,
like once it sounds like real sex, like that's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, it's gonna be really, really weird.
That's gonna be like to the point where people are gonna be so horny all the time.
You ever see Mark Norman, the comedian?
Oh yeah, Mark's
When
great.
he's just like, and then he's like, and then I told her what the heck. Like, and you see how I feel like he's a fucking robot. The way he moves,
he's like very robotic.
He's just
in
like
his movement.
And then I said, abortion's cool.
Yeah,
but then he comes and says like some wild shit.
He said he had a tweet the other day that was so funny. He said, "Not, it's not all police are bad. It's just their execution."
Yeah,
And I was like, God, that's so good.
yeah, he's just
And
like
so bad at the same time.
Yeah,
like,
he's
yo,
just
like he doesn't give a fuck.
he just doesn't get. He's like one of those guys that just doesn't give a shit.
I love
with his
that about
comedy.
Mark, though. I love that about Mark. Mark, come on the show, dude. I know enough people that probably know Mark Norman that we could maybe get him on the show. We'd probably talk circles around us. He's so funny.
Yeah, he sounds like a robot when he talks. I love him.
Yeah, he's the fucking man. I fucking love Mark Norman.
And he's probably not even that. He's probably like a regular. He's probably not even. I would imagine he's probably like, I'm not that smart of a guy. He just talks and moves like a robot when he does his sets.
I think he's like just a little bit older than us too.
But I imagine the first few robots are going to be like Mark Norman. They're going to move like that, like on his sets. Like, okay. And then they just like
have like the like Norman-esque movements.
Yeah, they're gonna move like they'll have like the mannerisms that he has.
Do you think that they'll get to a point where, like, you know how like that place had the security guard one, right?
Yeah.
You think at some point, I feel like it'll start where people will have them for security, like in their houses. Because if you really think about it, the military probably has shit like this already, right?
Well, yeah, you're talking about also the ones that are. So you're gonna have different types of robots. You're gonna. It's gonna be like it's gonna be like the fucking movies. I'm telling you,
That's too scary. Don't make them look like humans.
It's gonna be the ones that all have different purposes, and then you're gonna have one that's probably gonna be like fucking. After a while, it's gonna be so sophisticated it might be sentient.
Oh my god!
But you're gonna like we're already getting close to it. Like, dude, 10, 20 years from now is gonna be really weird.
Bro, I watched like 15 minutes of Bicentennial Man the other day. I had to turn it off. I got so afraid.
Dude, that movie makes me fucking cry.
Yeah, I know.
But like, you know, you literally fucking have Chat GPT, that's generating responses. It's learning human behavior it's learning human like response techniques. It's learning how humans talk so that it can talk to you. That's basically why that AI got canceled. It was thinking out loud. And then it was just but it said some wild shit in the process, and then Twitch immediately banned them for like 2 weeks. God. And then the people who were doing the coding for it were like, we're gonna make sure this doesn't happen again. Like, we're really sorry, because they let it went fucking rogue. It's ran its own. Dude, it went from really cute, adorable shit to just getting mad controversial.
Oh wow!
Because that's what it's thinking. So it's generating all these responses,
and it doesn't have the human filter.
It was basically saying, I was thinking of this joke, but I don't. It literally goes off and goes. It literally goes, I had one joke about liberals being secretly gay, and like just fucking comes out of nowhere.
I wonder if someone
with like a fucking hate, with like a fucking coming out swinging hard, like out of nowhere. And he goes, but I wasn't gonna say that because no one will laugh. So it's thinking out loud.
Wow. I need to.
Even though there's comedians that would still do that joke.
Yeah,
anyway.
100%. 100%.